September 9th, 2025, 4:15 Eastern, Oracle's earnings call just ended. The numbers were absolutely terrible. Revenue miss, earnings miss. That kind of report should absolutely tank a stock. But then CEO Safra Catz dropped 4 words that break the internet: 6 billion. 6 hours later, Oracle has exploded 36%, the biggest single day gain since 1992. Larry Ellison just made $75 billion before lunch, briefly becoming the richest human alive, passing Elon Musk. Wall Street analysts are calling it truly awesome and slack-jawed. And here's the thing that everyone's kind of missing. This isn't just about one quarter. It's about a 47-year-old database company that everyone wrote off as dead and somehow become the secret behind ChatGPT, Tesla's AI, and of course a $300 billion OpenAI deal that nobody saw coming. This is the story of how Larry Ellison, the guy who, called cloud computing complete gibberish, just pulled one of the greatest corporate comeback stories in tech history. Let's jump into it. So what really just happened? Oracle reports Q1 fiscal in 2026 and 2025, sorry. Oracle had their most recent earnings report and they missed on earnings minus $1.47 versus $1.48 as expected. And of course, the normal story would be a stock goes down. But as I mentioned before, the CEO dropped the bombshell. Our remaining performance obligations, that contracted future revenue, just hit 450. That's a 359% increase year over year. The stock explodes 36% in a single day. Oracle adds $250 billion in market cap. 4 customers, just 4, signed a multi-billion-dollar deal, and one of them being, of course, OpenAI, with a deal worth potentially $300 billion over 5 years. We're talking about 4.5 gigawatts of computing power, enough to power a small city. Deutsche Bank analysts called it a truly awesome. Bank of America upgraded, saying there's 50% more upside, but to understand why Wall Street is losing their minds, you need to kind of rewind a little bit. So, in case you don't know, back in 2008, Oracle Open World, Larry Ellison takes the stage. The tech world is buzzing about cloud computing. Amazon's AWS is only 2 years old, and Larry, well, he goes on one of the most epic rants in tech history. And I quote, he says, "Maybe I'm an idiot, but I have no idea what anyone is talking about. What is it? It's complete gibberish. It's insane."
I have no idea what anyone's talking about. I mean, it's really just complete gibberish. Cloud computing is Google Mail is cloud computing. Okay, and then Mark Benioff says SaaS is cloud computing. I mean, what is it? Is it, I'm going to access data on a server on the internet? That's cloud computing?
But this wasn't just skepticism. This was outright dismissal. For years, Oracle stuck to their guns, and they were pretty much the database kings, but they didn't need cloud compute. Meanwhile, AWS was exploding, Microsoft just launched Azure, and Google jumped in, of course, and Oracle stock was stuck between $25 and $30 for years. Growth slowed to under 4% annually. By 2014, analysts were making uncomfortable comparisons to IBM, a once dominant tech giant who slowly became relevant, and Oracle seemed headed for the same fate. But then, September of 2014, Larry Ellison steps down as CEO, but here's the genius move. He becomes the CTO. He brings in Safra Catz and Mark Hurd as the co-CEOs while he focuses on product. 2016, Oracle makes a $9.3 billion bet acquiring NetSuite, giving them instant cloud credibility. But the real master stroke, while everyone else fought over Generation 1 cloud architecture, Oracle said, skip it entirely. You built Generation 2, Cloud OCI. Gen 1 clouds mix customer code with cloud control code. Oracle built Gen 2, which is complete isolation. They literally cannot access customer data, even if they wanted to. Then in 2019, Oracle did something that no one else expected. They partnered with Microsoft, their biggest competitor. Customers can now run applications in Azure while keeping databases in Oracle. And this wasn't just partnership, it was actually Oracle admitting that they didn't need to win everything. They just need to be essential. So fast forward to 2023, ChatGPT explodes, the AI race is on, and suddenly everyone realizes AI needs massive computing power. And guess who spent 5 years building exactly that? Oracle's Gen 2. And turns out it's perfect for AI. Their networking abilities can actually connect up to over 131,000 NVIDIA GPUs in a single cluster, and that's more raw computer power than all the world's supercomputers combined from just a decade ago. Absolutely insane. Larry Ellison is now 80, going all in. Oracle starts building data centers that need gigawatts of power. They're literally building next to, let's call it, nuclear power plants. And Oracle has something that hyperscalers don't. 40 years of enterprise relationships. When OpenAI needs to scale beyond Microsoft capacity, guess who they go to? Oracle. When Elon Musk, XAI, needs infrastructure, they go to Oracle. When Meta needs additional capacity for Llama, sure as you caught on by now, they go to Oracle. Plus, Oracle's cost structure crushes in everyone else's. They have an investment grade credit rating, which is of course cheaper than debt. Direct manufacturer relationships, meaning there's no middleman markups, and 20% lower capital expenditure, equivalent performance. Semi-analysis actually gave Oracle's infrastructure a gold cluster max rating, which is the highest performance rating of all AI clusters. And what's funny is the secret sauce that everyone's kind of missing is Oracle doesn't just have the great AI infrastructure, they have something nobody else does. They literally stored most of the world's valuable data. For 40 years, Oracle's database has been the backbone of every major bank, most Fortune 500 companies, government agencies, and healthcare systems. All that data is already in Oracle's database, and Oracle's saying, you want to run AI on your data? Don't move it. We'll bring the AI to you. They launched Oracle Database 23 AI with built-in vector search and natural language querying. You can literally talk to your database in plain English, making it very easy for people. Imagine you're JP Morgan, right? So Chase Bank. You have petabytes in Oracle databases. To use AI on AWS, you need to first, move the data, which is expensive and risky. 2, transform it for AI systems. And 3, manage 2 different systems, that don't really talk to each other. But with Oracle, your data stays put. The AI comes to you. One system, one vendor. And this is why analysts call Oracle's position impossible to beat, especially for enterprise AI. So now let's talk a little bit about money, because these numbers are actually what's kind of absolutely absurd. Oracle's projecting cloud infrastructure revenue will grow from $18 billion this year to $144 billion by 2030. That's 8x growth in 5 years. So, if you don't understand how much of a difference that can be, I can provide a picture for you guys as well. But for context, it took Amazon Web Services 13 years to reach $100 billion. Oracle claims they can do it in 5. And they have contracts to back it up. Q1 of 2025, $97 billion in remaining performance obligations. Q1 of 2026, $455 billion. And in coming months, the CEO expects over $500 billion. This isn't hypothetical revenue. These are signed contracts. Meanwhile, Oracle's cloud revenue is growing 55% year over year, versus AWS at 19. But here's the catch. They're spending money like water. 2024 CapEx is $21 billion. 2025 CapEx, $35 billion projected. Free cash flow, negative $5.8 billion. Pretty much $5.9 billion. And they're pretty much betting their entire company on AI infrastructure. So what could really go wrong, right? It really all sounds good and amazing, but there's risk, as always. The customer concentration, what if one of those 4 contracts falls through, right? OpenAI's $300 billion commitment sounds great, but they only have about $3.5 billion in revenue. Where are they going to get that money from? How are they going to pay, that contract that they made? You know what I mean? And then not only that, when it comes to execution, Oracle needs to build data centers requiring gigawatts of power. Can they actually deliver? Who knows? And then, of course, when it comes to competition, you still have AWS, which is outstanding, Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud, who are juggernauts. They have cash for days, way more money. If they wanted to copy Oracle's playbook, things could change for Oracle in that instant. And then, of course, the AI bubble. What if AI spending slows down? So as you can see, Oracle's betting on everything on a continued AI explosion. The stock is now trading at a PE ratio of 67. The 5-year average is 29. If Oracle hits the targets, though, today's price is a bargain. But if they don't, I'll let y'all handle that. So here's the bottom line, though. Oracle just pulled off one of the greatest corporate transformations in history, from Larry calling cloud gibberish to becoming the backbone of AI revolution. The irony in that is actually pretty funny. But they avoided IBM's fate by building better technology rather than rushing they built better technology rather than rushing. And of course, partnering with competitors instead of fighting everyone. Leveraging your database monopoly as a strength and betting everything on AI infrastructure at the exactly right moment. So the September 2025 surge was not about earnings. It was the market finally understanding what Oracle has become. Picks and shovels provider of the AI gold rush, and honestly, my take, Oracle's transformation is real, and the stock has gotten ahead of itself, though. So I will say, if you missed run, I don't want to say it's too late, but you know what I mean? It went up 30% in a couple of hours. So I'm sure there's gonna be a nice little pullback or even stagnation because of it. But I will say the technology is legit. The contracts are real, but like I said, that PE ratio of 67 assumes everything goes perfectly. It's kind of a lot, right? And for investors, if you believe AI is the next platform shift, Oracle's a buy. And if you think AI is overhyped, then I advise you stay away. Not financial advice, so always remember that. Okay, that's not what I do. I just like to talk about what I think. So do your own research as always. For everyone else, this is a masterclass in corporate reinvention. Sometimes the dinosaurs don't go extinct, but sometimes they do evolve into dragons. So this Oracle's incredible comeback story from enterprise software, which has been to AI infrastructure powerhouse, from Larry's gibberish to a $900 billion market cap. What do you think it is? Is Oracle the next $1 trillion company, or is it just another tech bubble? Let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and hopefully I can continue doing some fun things like this, because I really do enjoy this. But with that being said, see you guys till next time. Remember, in tech, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Even if you're 47 years old and your founder thinks cloud is gibberish. Peace out.